What's going on, everybody? It's Retro Handhelds 24. Today I'm gonna be showing off two games. I'll probably make another video later today because I don't have my second job. So there's gonna be more coming, and this is gonna be regarding the PS3, the RPCS3 emulator Alpha 7. I was able to get the RPCSX version for Android, but it's such a beta build, it barely works. So I'll just show you what it looks like. I got the firmware and everything, but I installed one game that I know works, didn't work, wouldn't load, and then the settings were all finicky, so I'm just going to keep it here for now until there's an update or an actual release of this. I did get it off a YouTuber. So that's what it will look like. But for now, we'll be focusing on this one. And I'm going to be testing out the Bioshock games because they are demanding. But I did come across some workarounds in the settings, which I want to go over with you guys in case you run into some sort of graphical issues and you're new to the RPCS3 emulator. If you aren't and you have it for Android, but you also have it for PC, well, similar settings do fix similar things within the game on Android. So we're going to go over those today. I'm going to hit the lights because it's kind of a dark game, so I'll be right back. One moment. All right. So we'll just go over the settings real quick. I'm gonna keep using revision 1. I've been messing around with some drivers, even an older version. I believe this is the one for the Retroid Pocket 5, or the turn-up driver that's good on the Retroid Pocket 5. I was just trying out different things, seeing what I could do. But I was running into some graphical issues in the Bioshock games. So I was like, how do I fix this? What do I do? So I started doing some research on the emulator to see what helps. And, obviously for Android, it's so new, there's not much information out there. But for PC, it's been around for a couple of years. There's tons of information. So I started applying some of those settings to the settings I have on my Odin Portal. And sure enough, it did get rid of some of the issues I was experiencing. So I wouldn't say it fixes everything, but it does fix a huge thing, and I'll show you the difference. And also, I have it at 720. We can try 1080p. It's just, I don't know what the performance is going to be. I was getting really good performance with this. And higher than 30 at times, which the game runs at 30. But we'll mess around with that. But more importantly, let's just go over the information that I found out about today. So I have shader precision on ultra. That's up to you. If you want to have an auto, high, or low, completely up to you. It's however you feel that works best for you. So right color buffers and then recolor buffers, from what I'm finding out, takes a toll on the frames per second, or it drops the performance. But you need those on for a lot of games to basically work. Not just God of War, but in not every game. So we're going to keep those on. The first setting that I have on is strict rendering mode. So I was suffering from severe graphical issues, like with green tints everywhere in Bioshock. And that gets rid of it. And then also, because of those right color or read color and right color buffers, you can enable another feature, which is called multi-thread RSX. That's supposed to help improve the performance so it becomes more stable. There's also another feature too, which I don't know if I even have on. It's a force CPU blit. That's supposed to help too, but from when I turned that on, I kind of lost a frame or two. so I kept it off, but that's supposed to help with performance when you have the right color and read color buffers on. So this is all going to be in the video, and it's all going to be on the things you could click on and off. So don't worry about where it's at. Just remember it's in video. You know, the most important one to really help this game in particular is going to be strict render mode. Make sure that's checked on. And then we'll go back and forth and we'll see what we can do. Let's see. So first we'll start out with Bioshock. And I'll pause it too because it's going to load. Okay, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those settings off, the strict render mode. So let's do that first. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like after. I think that would make more sense. Yeah, I'm tired. Alright, so we'll turn that off, right? Turn that off. Those are the only two I think I have on. Besides the I don't have GPU texture on, but I don't think that'll make a difference. So let me go ahead and close it out because it's already like trying to play. Wait, let me close that out. Go here. And I always like to do this every now and then, is just hit the speed up, just in case. And we'll play. I mean, I'll just let it load. So while it's loading, I do want to kind of go on a rant about the Nintendo Switch 2. The word on the street is, if you don't know, the pre-orders for April 9th have been canceled due to tariffs. Meaning that, one, you're not going to be able to pre-order. I was going to do it from Best Buy. I'm sure a lot of people were too, or something similar. And then on top of that, it's unfortunately, it's going to go up in price. And Nintendo's like, you know, they straight up said it's because of the tariffs. So I was looking forward to getting it. I know everybody and their mama, especially all the YouTubers, were saying, oh, you know, I'm going to get the bundle because, you know, it's Mario Kart's only $50 when you consider that. It's like, yeah, no S, right? No S. It's, everybody knows that. Everybody's going to want to get that, right? So what makes you think that's not going to sell out right away? So I was focusing on, well, if I do get lucky and actually get my pre-order in before everybody else orders it, I'm going to get like probably just the base, you know, just the system without the game, because the bundle's going to sell out. And it's going to do this, so we'll just let it do its thing. But I was so disappointed with that. And then also too, if I have my Retro Pocket Flip ordered with the Classic, but I pre-ordered that, so mine should be shipping like mid-April. I forget when the tariffs are going to go into effect. So if you guys were interested in getting a Retro Pocket Flip, or, you know, another device that may be coming out, maybe one of those Aeonios, those are definitely going to go up in price too because of the tariffs. Keep that in mind. Stuff really sucks, but it's better to be aware, especially with the Switch. Alright, so we're going to continue. I mean, we could probably go to 1080p.
Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicers.
Alright, this
Johnny
is...
in before they...
Alright, here we go.
Goddamn
Now,
splicers.
I don't know if it's going to like fix it within the game. I think it needs to be rebooted, but just pay attention to this green stuff. Look at, I mean, it's kind of working now, but not really. You see all that green? The fish are green. That thing is flashing green. Yeah. And when I first booted the game up, it, you know, obviously the shaders have compiled. Let's see, that thing is glitching out. Frame rate wise, though, we're doing pretty dang good, right? Almost 60 frames. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause it and then we're gonna restart it. With the settings that I'm going to put on, and I'll show you the difference. So just give me 1 second. All right, so let's go to video, right? Now, you know, we'll just do 1080p. I know everybody wants to do it at 1080p. You're going to scroll down to strict render mode, turn that on. And then multi-thread RX, turn that on. All right. Oh, I think there was one more setting too. I don't know if I have it on though. I have to think. It was in video, Falcon. Yeah. So this helps with performance, believe it or not. A lot of people understand this if they've been emulating PS3 on their PC. So it's kind of like the same thing applies to your device, your phone or your handheld, whatever it may be. Turn this on, it'll definitely increase performance. Like we were almost hitting 60. When that was off, I was getting 30 frames, if that, or less. So it's definitely pushing the performance. So we'll start it up again, and it's going to be 1080p, so I think we'll drop in frame rates, but the green stuff should go away. I'll let that do its thing again. So yeah, I was pretty bummed out about the Retro Pocket Flip, finding out for, other consumers that if you do order it, I think it's like May or June or whatever, or in May, the choice for the shipper is to either do a $25 add-on or 30%. So depending on the cost of the item, and it's coming from China, you could potentially win with the 30% if it's cheap. If it's expensive, or I should say, then you just want to go with the $25, right? Add-on. But either way, moving forward, the hobby has become more expensive. And not only that, like Nintendo worldwide, everybody has access to that, and knows about it, is being affected by it. And not to mention those ridiculous game prices. Oh, brother. They want $90 for the... Oh, here we go. Timeout. So this will happen. And I think it's because it's in 1080p. I think I have to drop it to 720. I do apologize. But I did run into that when I first started doing this stuff, and I forgot how I got rid of it, and I think it was because I dropped the res. All right, let me pause it because this is taking forever. All right, we're back. Yeah, something with 1080p. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out later too. But it's okay. We'll keep it at 720, just for the sake of showing it off, like that it works. But again, here we go. Forever. So, I mean, I had just ordered this, the Mini, not too long ago, as well as the Retro Pocket 5. If I had waited any longer, even this would have gone up in price if I got it new. And then to buy it used is like people are charging the same price basically, especially for the white model. So it's like, okay. But sooner than later, you're going to be wanting to buy it used versus buying it new if these prices jump up. Because if AYN does like 30% of like $400, forget about it. Now, because we have those settings turned on, the frames are going to be lower. But, and it's not going to fix everything. But as you can see in the window here, it all looks normal. There's no more green flashing. There might be some flickering. And yeah, see, that thing's still glitching out. But the green stuff is gone, right? But you see our frames are dipping. Like they're in the 30s now. Well, they're climbing. Back to climbing up. Never mind. I'm just going to do this one part right here. I'm gonna smash this. Go underneath. This crazy guy's gonna throw this at me. Ah. This might be one of the games where you need to enable audio buffering, which I haven't done. We're gonna grab our stuff here. He just knows to do that, right? Oh God.
Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Yep.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some atom on him.
Oh, the atom.
Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth telling.
We're gonna do something else too to see if we can improve frame rates too. So, because the write color buffers and the read color buffers, especially the write color buffers, take a toll on frames per second. So once we get to, oh, there's the Big Daddy. Once we get to a loading screen, we'll see if we could take those off, and then we'll apply a different setting.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
You alright, Boyle? First time plasmid's a real kick from you. But there's
Okay.
nothing like a fistful of light
All right.
now, is there?
Now, let's try a few things. So let's pause it, right? Let's go to settings. Let's just take this off, right? Take that off and see how the game is affected by that. And then we'll try something else too if we have more issues. All right, so not a huge improvement. It's still kind of all over the place, but you see like there's more graphical issues, right? So, but our frame rates are just slightly increasing. Let's go here. We'll turn it back on, but just that one. Forget the read color buffers. And then we'll do force CPU blit. Like I lost frames per second for this, but let's just see if it improves performance. All right, it did a little bit. Well, for a second. Yeah, it jumping higher to like low 40s, mid 30s. So it's all over the place. How does it feel? It feels not quite 100%. I would say this is about 80%. So let's see what else we could do. Go to settings and then first let's go to audio. See if this, I always have that off. That might cause more delay, but we'll see. Go back to video. Got on ultra. All right. Now let's see if we could go up to 1080p if we're forced to play this way. It glitches out when you load it, but maybe it won't once you're already playing it. All right. It's an easy way to tell. Just look at the fire. Looks pretty decent. I mean, at this point, I would say this is playable. I'm not going to say this is perfect at all, Or if you're trying to emulate to just play this game, go with the PC version, the remaster version first of all, and then on top of that, you could get easy 60 frames per second, if not higher, especially with the When Later Frost, the Gleebic, however you say it. And I'm sure you could do it at 1080p with less graphical issues. Everything will. There might be some loading stuff, but nothing like this. This is just testing out the PS3 emulation. So while that's stuttering, go back, right? Go to video. Turn that off. See? Less stuttering. But then you suffer the consequences of the graphical issues. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, I have to go through that plane probably. Right? No, that doesn't make sense. Wait, yes it does. Do I? Okay, I am losing my mind here, and I think I'm stuck. Okay. We'll try one more thing. Turn that back on. Go back, go here. Now we can see things. So it's like you either stutter or you don't see it. Okay, here we go. So you got to play around with it. It's not perfect yet, but until it gets optimized, like, you know, there are fixes and tweaks you can do. But at the same time, like, see, I have the enabling buffering for the audio. It's still coming in crackly. So let's go ahead and turn that off. I wouldn't recommend playing this game this way. I'm just, again, this might be helpful for another game that you're trying to get working, that you're having trouble with not loading it, because if it loads, you're good, but graphical issues and things of that nature, not every driver is going to just fix that for you. Let's go to audio. Turn that back off. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't know exactly where I'm at, so let's just see if we get to save. Okay, that's enough of that. So let's go back here. Let's go over the settings one more time. We'll stick with this. And then also, I'm hoping in the next update they will incorporate the patches. A lot of games have patches that improve performance that's on the PC version of the emulator that haven't been incorporated into the Android version, but there is a folder there for patches. It's just empty. So I'm assuming that they're going to involve that sooner than later, and then God of War 3, you know, just about everybody will be able to play it without really thinking about it other than turning on a patch. Let's drop it down to 720. And then we'll keep these settings on. You know, I didn't try the GPU texture scaling, so we'll try it this time if that helps. But the performance isn't going to be there for this game because it's a newer game as well as bigger. However, those same graphical issues, the green shadowing, is all over the place in this game. It's even worse. But when you turn on the strict rendering mode, gets rid of it right away. But the game plays like garbage. It's trash. You'll see. Like I'm probably over exaggerating that. It's not trash, but I'm always trying to improve the frame rates and get better gameplay, especially on a device like this versus like, okay, well, I'm almost at like 30 FPS. I guess this is okay. Or, oh, I fixed the graphical issue. Now I can play it. But, you know, this game you can get on GOG. Use WinLater or GameHub. And as long as you install it from your device's memory, you'll be golden. You'll get at least close to 35 to 45 frames per second. I haven't tested out if 1080p is capable of doing that, but that might be something on the list of things to do. I do have to get back to WinLater and show off Bioshock 2, or Bioshock Remastered as well, because I had that game working really well, but I didn't do it at 1080p. Okay. This part, like on a Nintendo Switch, like Yuzu or something, forget about it. Like we're struggling here, right? This would not even load. And if it did, it was all messed up. And before, when I first started doing or trying to load this game, it was still all messed up before I learned about the strict render mode. It's performing about the same, it just got rid of all the green stuff. And you couldn't see anything. So it was pretty horrible. But you'll watch, you'll see the frames though they get better. It's just that intro, the beginning of that game is just, it's brutal. It's taxating. Alright, I'm gonna pause it because this takes forever. Alright. So as you can see, we're like struggling. And there's a lot of stuttering. Right? But the scenery, everything looks like amazing. And what I mean by like 720p amazing, I mean like it was terrible. So let's play around with the settings and see if we can improve that performance. We'll go to video. First thing you want to do is turn off this. If we don't need it, we don't need it. Probably do need it, especially a game like that, but we'll see. Is there a huge difference? No. Alright. Go back here, go to settings. You just gotta, you honestly just have to like just turn things on and off at this point. So we probably don't need that. These two are supposed to help with when the white color reader is on. But since we don't have it on, let's turn it off. We'll keep strict render mode on. And then if we don't increase, we'll take strict render mode off and we'll just see how it runs normally. Okay, so it's like the tiniest bit better, right? All right. Okay. So it's after a minute, it gets a little better. So we're like high 20s, right? Let's go back here. Go to video. and then we'll turn that off, right? So nothing's on except that one feature that I'll go to in a second. Now you see what I'm talking about? That strict render mode gets rid of all this green stuff. So if you run into a game where you have these graphical issues, see how it's playing slightly better too? It is what it is. But my headphone's dying too, it's great. Real quick, nope. Go here. Scroll down. Put this back on, and you know what? We'll use this one too. Maybe that will help with some of the textures. Or it might crash the game. So there's always that too. While you're turning things on and off, especially like these types of settings, you do run into the possibility of crashing the game. I've learned that the hard way. You just saw it now. I'm going to add my other headphone before this one dies. Alright, I'll pause it too so we don't just not sitting here. Alright. So we put strict render mode back on, and the only other thing we added was GPU texture scaling. It's performing a little better. I believe that's because we have the right color buffers off, and we restarted the game, so it's just going to start off this way, so we might get a little better performance than just changing the settings within the game. I mean, you saw what it was like before we took the strict render mode off and then all the green came. The audio is still messed up, but I mean, like, you can see everything looks great. It's just poor performance. That light stopped flickering. Nope, still flickering. Yeah, this is not to like, oh my god, I got this working perfectly. It's just like, I fixed a graphical issue. That will definitely fix graphical issues if you're suffering from them. This game, I don't expect will get much better performance unless I really find a good driver to help it perform better. But as far as the graphics go and everything, this is pretty good considering where we're at without it. But there's too much going on, so I'm going to stop it there. If you made it this far, thank you again so much for watching. Again, the settings, if you want to try playing around with it, especially if you're suffering from graphical issues, you could turn on right color buffers. Remember, it drops performance slightly, but then you put strict rendering mode on, and that will get rid of the graphical issues. And then if you're still looking to improve performance, where is it? You can turn on multi-thread RSX. You can also turn on, force CPU blit. And then the last one is going to be in video, but it's in Vulkan. This one, asynchronous texture streaming too. The one I found for the PC was just that, wasn't two, so I'm not sure if there's one that I'm missing or where it would be, but I just turned it on. It did help with performance. But yeah, those are the settings. I'll probably post another video later today of showing off more games if I get time to get them working and get them working correctly. But when I came across this, I just wanted to show this off to get you aware in case you're running into problems. You could try that out. And thanks again for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.